Hi YouTube, so today I'm here with the next video, changing the brake on a 2009 Accord. Okay, changing the rear brake. So the first thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking out those two screws that hold the disc to keep the disc in place, so when you're working the disc or when you're putting back the brake, it doesn't move around and it's easy to catch the screw in the back. Okay, take out the two screws. And now I'm going to be taking out the caliper, screw on the caliper. And that's the next thing you want to do, take off your caliper. So when you finish that, you need to pry it out. Okay, you need to do it evenly. Bottom, top, bottom, and the top. But for this car, do not use your handbrake. Do not put up your handbrake because what you're going to be doing, if you put up your handbrake, you're going to be locking the handbrake, so the rear wheel cannot move because your handbrake is built in with the caliper. Okay, so make sure that your handbrake is free, and this caliper is a different caliper to put it in. You don't squeeze it in, you have to wind it in, and to do that you need to have a kit for this special caliper. Okay, these are the old style caliper that has the handbrake and the regular brake on the same unit. Okay, and this caliper is a turning caliper. Okay, you cannot press it in, you have to turn it in. Okay, and that's how it works. So they're all on the same unit. And the caliper that you squeeze it in doesn't have the handbrake attached to it. You can apply the handbrake on that model because the handbrake is inside here. Okay, the handbrake shoe is going to be in here, so it's locked the disc from inside. Okay, and you're going to go proceed to take out because what I'm doing, I'm changing the disc and the pads. So what you're going to be doing now, you don't have to take out the pads. You can start by removing the bracket. This is what we call a bracket. And you have to check these pins if they're free or they're jammed. So you need to free them up. Okay? But this pin is very important that you make sure that they're free, because what it does, it gives you your brake to rear evenly. They're all going to be work at the same time and you get more braking. Because when this pin jam, only one side of your brake is working, and it's the one on the piston side, because the piston coming out, so that brake is going to working. But when this pin is working, you're going to have your brake pad is going to be worn down evenly. Okay, or sometimes this could cause your brake pedal to feel funny, feel spongy when this pin are jammed. Okay, so that's the next something else you should take note of. So I will go ahead and remove the caliper. To push that away. And these two bolts are number 17. Okay, so this is the bracket here. Okay, so the bracket, gonna take a 17 key, turn it in, and try to take it out. Okay, see they are not jammed. All you have to do is to grease it up back and put it back inside. And these are the pins I'm talking about. Okay. In some case, this pin they come jammed so it doesn't move. So when it's not moving, your caliper gonna be eating the part on the caliper side, and the outside part would not be used because the pin are not moving. The pins are jammed. So you see that these parts are very tight. Sometimes again, when you put in pads, okay, you have to clean up here, and then you don't want your pads to be too tight. If you have a grinder, yeah. If you have a grinder, what I do, I just grind down at the tip of both sides. You want your part to fit in not too tight and not too loose, because too loose is going to rattle, but you don't need it too tight. You need it to always release from your disc. You don't want it to be rubbing on your disc. It's going to give you a when you're driving. You don't want that to happen. And you need a hammer, just a hard hit. And that does release your disc. Okay? So this is your disc. You can see on the inside, it's all rusted. Okay? So for the new disc, you need some kind of solvent, like a thinner, brake cleaner, because on the new disc, what happens, they put grease on it, prevent it from rusting when it's stored in the store from manufacturer. Okay, so you have to make sure you wipe this up, because when you install a disc and you don't clean it out, what happens for the first couple of minutes to braking, your brake is going to be jamming and it's going to make some sound because it's grabbing on the grease that they put on that. So you have two holes here for the screws to hold the disc in place, and you have the next two holes have a thread on it. Okay, that thread could help you to remove the disc, because you have to have a special screws. You find them, screw it on there, and you tighten it, and it will extract the disc from the hub. Okay, so you have to know how to line up this here. So you see that for the screw, it's on the left hand side. So you have to look here, make sure that the screw hole is on the left hand side, and then you just clean your disc. Okay, and you install the screw. So the screw will be preventing this disc from moving around like that. Okay, so you tighten it. You don't want to tighten it too tight, because sometimes when these screws are jammed, they give you a lot of problems to pick it up. So just, tighten it. So you see now, my disc is not moving. So what I'm gonna be doing now, I'm gonna be greasing these pins. Okay, I'm gonna put some more grease. So it could last the time until the new parts. Okay. Make sure you lubricate them properly. So by the time the next 2 years or 1 year, they're jam, you don't have to heat it up. And if, for example, these are jam, the only thing you could take it out with, you have to heat it up. You need a little propane gas to heat it up. I've installed my 2 screws for the bracket. This is what we call a caliper bracket. You have to make sure it's tight, is very tight. Okay. That's what happened here. We have using back the same old the shim. Because this is the shim here and the bracket. Because the pad doesn't come with a replacement shim, so we have to use back the same shim. So let's see that is tight. Remember I told you about when it's tight like that, you need to grind it out a little bit. Check the back on it, it's good. So they both need a little bit of grinding down. Okay, so what I did, I grind a little bit on both sides, a little bit on the side. So let's see how it fits. Just have to tap it down. Do a little bit tight. to hold the shim in the back. Okay. That's the outside, and this is the inside pad. The inside pad have a warning sign. Just scrape on your disc when it's almost finished. Okay, that's either one going easy. So now is the part that we come to putting in your caliper. And always remember, this caliper have like a cross, like an X. So your X is always has to be straight down, because what happened, on the inner pad you have like a dot here. So this dot is going to be going in this slot. So if you don't line up this straight outwards like this, see the line here? It has to be straight. So the pad's gonna go right, the dot gonna go right up inside on the top. Because if you put it half center, your pad is not gonna sit flush on your caliper. Because this piston here is not gonna be set properly, and what happens, you're gonna have wear on your brake, and your brake might give you problems. Your foot might feel funny on the pedal, because your pad needs to go in this place. So when you wind it in, when it's gonna go anymore, you make sure you turn it to line it up straight out. So I'll be demonstrating that, how we're gonna do that. You're gonna go in your kit, and you're gonna have different size. So you're gonna choose the one that matches this one. Okay, and you're gonna put it on like this. This one matches fine in the groove. Okay, and then you clip it on here. Clip it on like this, and bring this down. But what happened? I lose the piece that goes there, so I'm gonna use a vice grip. Okay, so I'm going to use a vice grip for that tool until I find my original piece. So you put it like this. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be turning this. You can see that it's moving. So what I'm doing, I'm turning the piston in. Okay. Okay, so I feel it doesn't go anymore. You remove the tool, and and we check our lineup. So I need to move it a little bit more. I just turn it, check. Okay. So here what happened, I line up this now to fit with the paths. Okay. So the caliper went in. So I put my brake back. I'll put back the caliper. And just tight back the caliper. But you only have to remember that when you fix a brake, you fix the brake, you need to pump it a few times to get your pedal back the pressure. Because what happens, if you don't pump your brake, it's gonna take a couple seconds before the fluid, because when you push in the caliper, you have displacements of the brake fluid. So the brake fluid go up. So you need to pressurize back the system so it's gonna function properly. Because if you don't pump the brake for the few seconds, what happens when you start your engine, it will take a longer time for you to stop the car. So in that meantime, your car can be driving off and you can't stop it. And then it takes a couple more seconds because your car is running. It's very fast when the car is stopped. You pump the brake, 2-3 times, the pedal gets stiff, and that's it. Okay, so always remember to pump the brake. Very, very important to do that. Because now your caliper went in, so it's gonna take a couple seconds before you push it out back to really grab on the brake. And by your system working with a vacuum from the engine, your vacuum system is not gonna pressurize it as fast enough. It'll take a longer time. Okay, so always take a note of that. And the most thing that when you do, or you go in your car in the morning, like a safety precaution is like even before you put your car in gear, it's something you can do is to push your foot on the brake even before you move off, just in case you lost brake or something, because you never know, you know. Park your car and for some reason you have the brake fluid leak out or something, you never know. So it's a good idea, like a good driver will always test the brake before they even put the car in gear. So that way you know your brake is good. Alright. So this is the rear brake. Like I said, there's two set of brake in the back. You have a brake that is hand brake that is independent. It's on its own. Okay, and then you have a hand brake that work with the caliper. And it's whenever you pull your hand brake, it screws out the caliper. Okay, and whenever you mash your brake, it's depressurized the same way the system works. Okay, so let it grease there. So that's how you change a rear brake on a 2009 Honda Accord. I hope this video can give you the heart. I'll give you the strength to take on a job like this. It's nothing hard. Okay, you put back everything the way you take it out, and that's it. So subscribe to my channel, like, and if there's any question you like or any